Welcome to another Mac Trains, and first of all, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you so much for being with me through 2024, and it's great to see you again in 2025. And if you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. It's been tremendous seeing an uplift in that the last few videos, so really appreciate that being done. But this is just a follow-on to the 66 review, the review of the Hornby Class 66. And it's really to show TXS install. That's the HM7000 chip. This is going to go in alongside an AE Models from DCC Concepts, the Micro Stay Alive. Now, Peachy's already done this, annoyingly, but nonetheless, so that's the first part of the video. You'll see me install, take off the body, install that. If you don't want to see that, skip ahead about 14-15 minutes, probably, depending how long I rabbited on just now for it. But after that, you're free to go. And the second half is just running through the different sound functions and light functions so you can see what you get for your money for the HM7000 chip and what the 66 sound profile is like. So that's the video. Great to have you with us again, and I hope you enjoy it. There's a little bit of an outro at the end just to go over the functions, particularly the lighting functions, which need some explaining, I would say. Possibly if you buy the sound fitted 66, then that may be explained in the manual. But I didn't, I just added it in. So it's a generic profile that you can update. And I would say it needs some working out. So if this is helpful to you, stay around for that at the end. Apart from that, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time. Okay, time to fit HM7000 to the 66. We also have the A model, Micro, Nano, Stay Alive, can't remember which, one of the two. And we have Hornby's HMDCC TXS sound decoder, which, if I remember how to open it, will get out of the box. There's the sound chambers, which should be necessary for this model. There is the speaker. And there is the chip. And the instructions. Right then, so first of all, I suppose I have to open the body, don't we? Let's get that done. Best to do the right way around, Greg. There we go. So here we have instructions, which indicate for us, there we go, just a couple of clips just halfway down each side. So ideally you would have spludgers of some kind, but I don't, so we will use this. That appears to be sort of place it out, put that. Let's see if a fingernail can do the other side. Which hopefully it can. There we are. Gently prized out. That should be sufficient. Now, it is not just contacts, it actually is hardwired, although I think they were on clips that can be removed, but they won't. So in taking this off, do be careful, which I'm trying to be. Am I missing something? No, no, I think it's just a tight fit. Or am I? No, no, we're getting it. It is a tight fit. It's a very tight fit. There we are, something. Seems to give a little there. There we go. So we'll put this back in there. And we'll leave that beside it. Okay, so that's the chamber for the sound. Looks like a decent sized chamber. And that's a blanking plate for the chip. So I'm just going to go and earth myself. Touching a nearby radiator usually does the job. Take off the blanking chip. Easy enough done. Add on our little friend. Which must be that way. And then add on the other bits and bats as well. Let's try and get that on there. That seems to be it. Nice and snug in. And we have the speaker. I'd much prefer this. If I buy a DCC that I can't use the sound, I don't want to be paying for a speaker as well. I'd rather the speaker is bought and paid by the people who are going to use it, to be quite honest. I know it's a sort of a feature to say it's got a pre-fitted speaker, but provided fitting the speaker is not complicated, not going to ruin the model somehow, then don't make someone who's not going to use it pay for it. Anyway, slight rant over, apologies for that. Now then, I think young Peachables has a suggestion as to which way was best for this. You see if our instructions make any suggestions. No, they don't. Remove the body as shown, remove the blanking plug, replace the decoder, refit the body. Space has been allowed for a sugar cube speaker. Yes, I can see the speaker. Now, which way is better? Is it better going that away in there? Yeah, does it really make any difference? Probably, because that's the same size as the plug. So we'll go with that. Now then, if I recall properly, there's two different sizes of plug here. So only one of them will take the... Probably got that the wrong way, have I? Only one of which will take... Never remember this. Let's compare. Yeah, that's a smaller one. So, smaller one is the speaker one. So that one should go just there. Probably all fingers are in the way of anything you might hope to see, so apologies if that's the case. Okay. The speaker then should simply fit neatly there. So peel off. Looking for a good seal. Is that right? There we go. You can feel it once it's in. And that's your speaker and your chip in place. Now that's all you want to do. You just click back on, I'll tidy up the wires, click back on the body, and jobs are good. Now, I want the Stay Alive, not because I really think this should need it, or necessarily even does need it, but you know, it's here. I think I'm as well to try. So, this one, now which way up does this go? I think it's that way. That's looking promising. Again, slight click to get it in. And Peach was suggesting these on either side of here. Now to do that, I'm going to need to go and get tweezers. So back for that shortly. Okay, we're back. Had a bit of delay. It's now the next day, but anyway. So Peachy's showing us how to do this. Better listen to him. It basically comes down to peeling back the black tape here and here, excuse me, and fitting these in beside it. Try and pinch the capacitor cables together to keep it nice and neat. So let's try that. Peel that back. Now these capacitors are of course available. DCC Concepts, and no doubt I think TMC do their own branding, so worth getting hold of one way or t'other. Alright then, if I can remove the mess of wiring somewhat. Get that further down. There we go. Tuck it in. Okay. Now it's just about kind of locating everything. So we want the little chip for the Stay Alive to be off the motor because that can get hotter. So we want it adhered over there. I've got a little bit of tack. It's kind of grey tack rather than black tack, but it's not blue tack, so we'll suggest that it's still suitable. A wee blob of it there. And we will try to adhere this onto that, which I'm going to do this away. There we go. Now, has that got enough grip? Yes, I think it does. Okay, so we then really just want to shorten these cables as much as we can, and for that I think we'll bring it up here. Like I said, the lighting is connected by cable, but it is also removable by plug, so that's not a catastrophe. That's the same on both sides. Let's put a little bit of tack there, a wee space on the circuit board. Something like that. Okay, so that should allow me to get the body back on. which we'll try, and then we'll start it up. Perfect. Straight back on. I think that was even a little bit faster than Petrie did it, but you know, he's learning. He's quite keen to learn. He's only young. You've got to give him time. So there we are. Now we'll try and see if it all works. Okay, you know the routine by now, but let's just go through the process. Link device, start scan. It's found it. You have to wait for the scan to finish though, or you get an error. So we'll find all the other various Bluetooth things that are not HM7000. Nothing else should be available. There we go. Link device, linking device. Once that's done, we'll need to update it to the Class 66 profile because it'll be Steam sounds right now, but you know, we'll do what we can do. Okay, updates required. Let's get the updates going. Start update. Right, got myself a bit carried away and I started before I recorded, so I just changed the local address to 66 because my memory is that bad. The name to 66BR Blue. I will add an image to it later, and then we need to browse profiles so we can get the profile correct. So not the Black 5 steam generator, which you know, tempting though it is. Let's go to, where are we? TXS Class 66 TT. There we go. There's the fella. Install locomotive profile. Yeah, we're not waiting you through that. Back in a second. Right then, and we're back. Here's hoping, at least. We should be back. So if I go to control, I now have BR Blue. It's showing blue, so it's got it. Let's see what happens. There she is. Let's just see if it's still moving. Oh yes. Very smooth. Stop it. Change direction. And back again. No problems there. Let's see, here we go. Braking and reversing. That's just a 10 speed step turn. Okay, there we go. That light, top light. Cab light. Let's see if we can get in a wee bit. That does look good, doesn't it? Forgive the shaky hand. I do also quite like creep mode, just because a very gentle shunt forwards. While you hold your finger on the button, when you stop, it stops. I'm just going to swap sides. There we go. Excellent. And again, I think once you start moving off, that light should go away. So let's try that. There we go. Cab light off. And off she goes. Moving beautifully. Right, so now both cab lights are on, not entirely sure why. Auxiliary lighting function 23 turns cab lights on, both ends. Can't see what number 21 does. That's meant to be also some kind of auxiliary light. Doesn't seem to do anything. Same with 22 and 24. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so with daylight turned on, that's function 0. And then on page 3, auxiliary lighting. Nope. Yep. Number 24 changes from day to night running. You see that? So that's under daylight 0 on page 1 of functions and auxiliary lighting 24. I will be renaming these and making them much more obvious what they do. But you just work your way through it. There's some function built in there. As for sounds, well, engine start. And off. Function 2 is horns. There's multiple horns. Function 3, more horns. Brake squeal. Diesel notch. That won't do anything now without the basic running sounds on. Idling cold start the same, I'm pretty sure. Let's try diesel cold start if that picks it up. No, why not? Can't really do a cold start. Let's try it with the engine start now, if it makes it different and longer. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll take off the cold start, then it allows it to actually get going. That's it off now. And there she fires into life. Engine thrash. And off. Notch down. Georgie is not happy. There's a box on his bed, see? Not right, dog. What do you make of it? Okay. Let's go on to page 2 of sounds. Now the compressor. Wipers, which we heard earlier. Applying the brakes. Releasing the brakes. Spirax valve. Flange squeal. Door closing. Buffering up. Diesel primer. And off. Guard's whistle. On to the 3rd page. Buffering up again. And brakes. Okay. And that's the sounds. As the engine noise dies away, is she a crawler in DCC? Let's give her just speed step 1. Quite noisy. Definite hum, but working perfectly. Now I'm going to shift it now, again to speed. That was in shunting mode. I take that off and go back to speed step 1. Is there any noticeable difference, I wonder? Can't see I'm noticing a massive one. Maybe it's going back on shunting mode. Not really. It's not fast, but it's not an absolute crawl either, perhaps. And there it goes. Right, here the idea is get us up to speed. 15, so. And once it's there, see how long it will keep and sustain it for. Still going. Stopping. Still holding signal. And it'll lose it shortly. Gone. Right then, well, that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. I didn't break anything. I didn't cause any complete chaos. Hopefully it was reasonably clear. But I did say I'll come back to what I think is really not clear, which is the lighting functions and the way the lights work. I do think a lot more thought needs to be given to how they present this. The functions are there. But the selling point of HM7000 is simplicity. It's meant to be DCC for the rest of us. And, well, the lighting functions, at least to me, leave quite a bit to be desired in terms of their ease of use. I think they're there, and they really are good, actually. They're brilliant. So just to run through, the easiest thing by far is daylight on or off. Function 0, right there on page 1 of your function list. Turn it on, you get your lights at the front, if your loco's going that way, and your red lights at the rear. Job done. So that's great. Then you get functions 21 through 24, all of which are lighting related, all of which simply say auxiliary lighting, aux lighting, and give you no other hint as to what they're meant to do. That's not necessary to be so complicated, I don't think. So here's what happens. Now, auxiliary lighting, this may be explained if you buy the DCC fitted, the HM7000 fitted 66, but it's not in mine. So 21, function 21, will add the top kind of spotlight above the cab, not in the cab lighting, but above the cab lighting in a forwards direction. Function 21 will do that only if daylight's already running, if the light's already on. Okay. Auxiliary light 22 will turn off the red rear lights, whichever direction you're going, but the red lights will turn off if they're already on. Otherwise you hit function 22, which you don't know what it's meant to do because it doesn't tell you, and nothing seems to happen if the other lights are off. No new light turns on. 22 will simply turn off the rear red lights. If you have a train behind the locomotive, you turn them off. If it's running a light engine, you leave them on. So they're on by default, you have to turn them off. Function 23, aux lighting 23, will turn on the forward interior cab light when the loco is stationary. Okay, so that's what it'll do. Your light's turned on. So if the daylight function 0 is already turned on, and then you hit function 23, the cab light comes on in the direction of travel. If the daylight is not on and you hit function 23, both cab lights come on, which is great to see, but just so you know, so it has it is a function that depends on the other function of function 0. Okay, and then auxiliary aux lighting number 24 will switch the lighting arrangement at the front of the cab, front of the loco, in the direction of travel. We'll switch it from day to night running. So there's different LEDs, headlights at the lower level in the forward-facing cab, whichever way that is, that come on for your daylights, and then they flip to the other side for night light running. So that's what 24 does. Again, if the daylights are not on, you're hitting function 24, nothing's happening, and you're wondering what the point in this. Is it just a dead function? It's not, but it is dependent on other things being there. If that makes sense to you, just listen to this once. You've got a brilliant memory. Go and apply for Mastermind or something. It's going to take a while. I'm going to remap, I'm going to relabel all these functions, because as it is, it's next door to useless without having to rework it out every single time. And that's a real shame and doesn't need to be that complicated. So that's something I think Hornby could definitely work on improving. And the function map for that should be much more user-friendly. Right, that's it. Like I say, thank you so much for watching. Do remember to have a rummage around, see if you like to get the hold of the chip, but also the Stay Alive. In this application, I would say the Stay Alive, it's a micro one. It's not going to give you much power for running, but it is going to give you stability to the Bluetooth connection if you're having any difficulty with that. That's what this really is, the benefit of it. That's what it's giving you. So if you have any Bluetooth dropout issues, if you have any fluctuation in the voltage across the track, sometimes the Bluetooth can just take fright and disappear. This is designed to smooth that out. It's not going to get you over a half mile of dodgy track. It's not meant to. You've got plenty of pickups on something like a 66 anyway. You shouldn't really need that. But in terms of the Bluetooth signal, then this is great and useful for that. So I'm glad it's there. If you don't need it, you don't need it. That's great. Save your money. But if you're having any issues in that regard, this may well be the simplest and the most straightforward answer. So thanks to Peachy for pressing DCC Concept to get one that's so easy to fit into TT models. There should be links down below for them as well. And apart from that, hopefully we'll see you soon. There is plenty more to come. 2025 is going to be an awesome year if we're spared for TT modeling. Thanks for watching.